Welcome, wanderers of the night, to Petra's Dark and Dreamy, where shadows dance and dreams drift through the twilight. I'm Petra, your guide through this realm where the boundaries of reality blur and the mystical becomes tangible. Tonight, we plunge into the depths of the unknown, exploring stories that shimmer in the darkness and ideas that echo through the silence. So find a cozy nook, let the world outside fade away, and prepare to embark on a journey where the night is always young and the dreams are endlessly alluring. Are you ready to embrace the dark and the dreamy? Then let's begin. And remember to listen with the lights off. High above Estes Park, Colorado, where the air thins, storms roll in fast, and the mountains seem to watch, you'll find a grand white hotel staring out over the valley. The Stanley doesn't loom. It waits. Guests often say the same thing when they arrive. It doesn't feel evil. It feels aware. This is not a ruin, not a tragedy site, but somehow one of the most persistently haunted hotels in America. To understand why, we have to go back, long before ghosts, long before Stephen King, to a man who came here to heal and instead built a monument that may never have stopped listening. Before the Stanley existed, the land belonged to Lord Dunraven, an Anglo-Irish nobleman who arrived in Estes Park in 1872. He intended it as a private hunting preserve, a place of isolation, power, and control. Locals accused him of land fraud and intimidation, and though he eventually left, his influence lingered. Guests today still report a tall, shadowed male figure, often standing silently in corners of fourth-floor rooms, believed by some to be Dunraven himself, bound not to the building, but to the land. In 1903, inventor Freeland Oscar Stanley, co-creator of the Stanley steamer automobile, arrived in Estes Park suffering from tuberculosis. Doctors believed the mountain air could save him. It did. Stanley regained his health and became obsessed with the idea of building a luxury health retreat. Not a hospital, but a place of refinement, light, music, and order. When the hotel opened in 1909, it was revolutionary. It had electric lighting in every room, telephones, indoor plumbing, one of the first automobile fleets to transport guests. This was not meant to be spooky. It was meant to be perfect. Stanley built a concert hall as a gift for his wife Flora, an accomplished pianist. She played often. Guests gathered. Music filled the halls. After her death, the music did not stop. Even today, guests report hearing piano music late at night. Staff find the room empty, the piano untouched. Footsteps cross the stage with no one present. Some believe Flora still plays, not to frighten, but to entertain. On June 25, 1911, a storm knocked out power. Gas lanterns were lit. Head housekeeper Elizabeth Wilson entered room 217 carrying a candle, unaware of a gas leak. The explosion destroyed the room, threw Wilson through the floor into the dining hall below, blew furniture into the air. But she survived. She returned to work, and when she died decades later, guests began reporting something unusual. Room 217 is known for luggage unpacked and clothes folded, beds made while occupants sleep, unmarried couples feeling pushed apart. Elizabeth is widely described as gentle, tidy, and old-fashioned, still doing her job. In 1974, Stephen King and his wife arrived at the Stanley on its last night before winter closure. They were nearly alone. That night, King dreamed of his son being chased through the halls by a fire hose. He woke in terror. By morning, the shining had formed. King said the hotel itself didn't scare him. It was the emptiness. Originally an attic and later staff housing for nannies and children, the fourth floor is now the most active area in the hotel. Common reports include children laughing and running, handprints on beds, closet doors opening and closing, toys and clothing removed. Room 418 has playful children, beds messed up after being made. Room 401 is an aggressive male presence. Women report their hair being pulled. Room 407, guests are tucked into bed, impressions left on mattresses. No children have ever died at the hotel, which raises the question, why are they still here? Room 428 sits beneath the roof. No rooms are above it. Yet, guests report hearing footsteps overhead, furniture dragging, a man in a wide-brimmed hat standing at the bed. The spirit is often identified as Rocky Mountain Jim Nugent, a 19th century explorer known for charm and violence. Women report a tobacco scent, a light touch, sometimes a kiss. The grand staircase, called the Vortex, is believed by investigators to be a paranormal conduit. Guests experience dizziness, time distortion, apparitions on the stairs, figures captured in photographs. Psychics describe the Stanley as a thin place where past, present, and memory overlap. The Stanley Hotel was not built on tragedy. It was built on healing, music, and control. Perhaps that is why its ghosts don't scream. They linger. They tidy rooms. They play music. They watch the halls. And they wait for someone else to listen.